Hey there, Tracy here. I am out foraging, mushroom hunting, mushroom picking, whatever you want to call it, for morel mushrooms. They grow naturally here in the low-lying lands on our farmland, and it's a real treat. So every year, right around this time of year, I would say second last week of May is usually when they come up, and it really depends on the ground temperature, the rain, and the heat. It's like this magical little combination that needs to come together, and if they all come together amazing, then we get a bumper crop season. If they don't have enough ground heat, moisture, all of that stuff, then we only get a couple or a couple dozen. So it's always a surprise each year on how many we're gonna get, and it's always a treat finding them. Morels are actually like a delicacy, and in the mushroom world they go for really big dollars. They're, I would say, in terms of taste, people have asked about the taste, and they're really rubbery and kind of an acquired taste, I would say, to begin with. But then after you have them a few times, and if you cook them right, you just love them. You absolutely love them. They're like addicting. So they taste great, and if you cook them nicely, they taste really good. But I think it's more the hunt and the search for them, and then the reward of harvesting and then eating them. So I am out here. I think I'm at about 10 or so. I have a grocery bag in my hands here. Last weekend I was out and there was 2. So I came back today. It's Friday. I came back and I have about 10. So I'm gonna grab one from the bag and show you, in case you've never seen a morel mushroom. Pardon the wind-swept mane and the the bush Tracy face. I am doing mushroom hunting today and yard work, so we're au naturel and wild. Here is a morel mushroom. There it is. Sometimes they're short and fat like this. Usually they're tall and skinny. And what I do is I cut them in half. I make sure to pick them and leave the roots in the ground. One, it keeps my bag clean without all the dirt if you take them right out by the roots. And also they say it's better for making sure they come up again next year. I don't know if that's true, but I just leave it. We all win that way. So I have about 10 in my bag. I don't know if you can see. It's hard to show. And I'm just doing a little look. It doesn't look like we have a bumper crop this year by any means, but I'll cut these up and have them for supper. And it'll be a nice little treat. So yeah, I just take them home, cut them in half, soak them a couple times because they get really gritty on the inside and bugs and all that. If it is a bumper crop year, what I do is once they're cut in half, I dry them on a either paper towel or a dish towel, and then I dehydrate them, put them in a jar and put them in the freezer. And then if I make something where I want mushrooms in it, like let's say spaghetti sauce or mushroom soup, then I just put them in hot water. And then they plump up again, and then I just throw them into the recipe, just like you would throw any other recipe. Mushroom into a recipe, pardon me. I was looking down as I was picking up my glove, and there was poison ivy right beside it. That is why I wear gloves, and I wear Blundstones. You can't see them. Socks over my pants because it's wood tick season usually. Actually, I haven't had one this year, but it's a beautiful day today. So I'm gonna go look around a little bit more. I've kind of hit my hot spots. They ain't looking so hot. It's not a terrible year, but it is definitely not a bumper crop. But that's okay. That is the way it is with the wild, right? And foraging. It all depends on Mother Nature and the temperatures, and it keeps it exciting. I mean, the years when we have like garbage bags full, it almost becomes like, okay, enough, like exhausting. And I always pick as many as I can, because if you leave the roots, you're protecting the plants, and there's no benefit in leaving the mushrooms. It doesn't do anybody any good. So I try now to pick as many as I can. I didn't appreciate these things when I was younger, not by any means. We usually don't appreciate things when we're younger, do we? Now that I'm older, I realize what a treat they are and how special it is to be able to walk on this land here. Get out, enjoy, harvest, and then enjoy the fruits of your labor. So now I just love it. And I guess really not knowing if it's going to be, if you're going to get skunked or a couple dozen or bags full, that's probably keeps it exciting. Like I was saying before, if you knew you were going to get like bags and bags every year, then I think that'd take the hunt out of it a little bit. It's almost more like gardening at that point, if you know you're going to predictably get that many. I mean, on that note, I could probably work on a contract to get these into specialty restaurants, because they are in high demand, but they're so hit and miss out here. I haven't bothered, because if you got a contract, some years it'd be like, okay, here's your 2 mushrooms, and other years it'd be like, okay, here's 2 grocery bags. So that's not a dependable way for anybody to try and sell anything, right? You got to have a consistent product, as we know. And back there, I think in my very first short video, I was talking about the swamp actually all around me. If you see all those low trees, there's not a lot of green on there. Where it's all kind of gray and lower to the ground, that is the swamp. Those are little willows, and it's swampland, like bog, and like just back there behind me is just like swampland. That's like the wilds back there. I was saying in a previous short that we actually have all kinds of wild creatures out here. So I'm often like mushroom picking and watching, just to make sure that while I'm hunting for mushrooms, nobody's hunting me, because there are bears out here. Absolutely. There are wolves, there are coyotes, however you want to say it. And there are wild cats. We have cougars that pass through. They're not common here that I know of. Hey, they might actually live back there where I showed you. That's the wilds. And then actually that way is just swamp, probably for 2 miles until the next highway. But cougars aren't as common. One of our relatives caught one on a hunting camera. They had a trail cam on a tree, and guess who goes by? Mr. Cougar. That's kind of freaky. They're not as common, but I think most areas in the country kind of have a cougar spotting, because I think they pass through, coming and going from wherever the heck they're coming and going from. But the one thing we do have, in addition to wolves and coyotes, who might be like in those willows watching me right now, in addition to that, we have bobcats. And in one of my previous shorts, I said back there, way back there, there's this really big bluff of trees. It's actually just, I love land. I love trees, and I love like just a beautiful landscape. And that's a gorgeous bluff of trees. And we were quadding through there. Sure enough, we were stopped. We were sitting there. Guess who goes by? Mama bobcat and her babies. I think there was about 3 or 4. I have them on video or camera, as I mentioned, but I'd have to dig it up. But you never know what is hunting you as you're hunting mushrooms. So I'm always kind of paying attention. And I think, for the most part, as they always say with wild creatures. As long as you don't startle them, as long as you don't get between them and their babies, I think things usually go good. They're pretty scared of people, unless they're starving, then I guess it's probably game on. They got to do what they got to do, but for the most part, I think they just stay clear of us, and I try to stay clear of them. So I'm gonna go check this other spot right there. It's a little bit of a lowland, a little dip where all those trees are. I'm gonna go see. That one isn't usually a good spot for me. I think like one of my first years I found some there, and then I always thought it was going to be a good spot from then on, but I don't think I ever found another mushroom there. So I still try, I still look, and it's a cute little, it's like this little lowland, and there's this nice big rock in there. It's just a cute little piece of land too. Cute land. Only a farmer would say that, eh? I'm looking through. No, doesn't look like there's any mushrooms. Well, that is mushroom picking for today. Foraging. I am going to walk back towards my truck that I have parked over there. And then I got to get to work. I got a lot of work to do today. Big yard. I have a wedding to go to tomorrow. And I got to pick up some plants on Sunday. I'm going to try and come back out here Sunday, but you know, if the mushrooms aren't hopping by now, I don't think there's going to be much more. If it's a very good year and they're just popping up, you can continue to come back and new ones will be popping up. But if you come out here and you see it's not a bang up year, generally I'll check 1 or 2 times, but kind of what you get is what you get on these years. And I'm thinking that's what I get. There's about 10-15 mushrooms in there, so that'll be a nice supper. I've had 3 massive mosquitoes on me. I'm hoping it's not a bumper year of mosquitoes this year. And I just had some weird little beetle on me. Gotta love the wild. Anyways, I'm gonna run. I hope you have a good day. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.